Okay, so, um, yeah, it's that time. Again, time to pick a movie,
Yeah.
for movie night and all
Yeah.
that good stuff. And we are diving in to a new movie that looks pretty good.
Okay.
It's called Role Play. Have you heard of this?
I have heard of it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's got Kaley Cuoco,
Uh-huh.
and we've got this review from
Okay.
moviecatticket.com, right?
Yes.
That you sent over. So
Right.
we're gonna dive into that.
Sounds good.
Like these guys, they always have like a lot of detail in their reviews.
They do. They go deep.
Yeah, they go deep.
They do.
And so, so basically, just to set this up for anybody who hasn't heard of this movie, it's like Kaley Cuoco's character Emma.
Uh-huh.
She seems like a regular mom,
Right.
the soccer mom, PT, and all that stuff.
Okay.
But she's got this secret past.
Interesting.
She's like a highly trained assassin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
That's a twist.
yeah, it's a little bit of a twist. So,
Yeah.
so the review, one of the things I really liked was how they were talking about
Yeah.
how the movie like babbled is
Yeah.
this sort of everyday life with this
Oh, I see.
world of espionage and stuff.
Yeah, a contrast.
Yeah, and they call it high octane.
Okay.
They praise how well it blends, like the humor and the action.
I do love that combination. It's tough to do well, though.
It is tough to do well. So, what do you think about how they talked about that in the review? Did it seem like?
Yeah, they actually gave some specific examples.
Well,
They were talking about the chemistry between the characters, like how that plays into it,
Right.
and then like the dialogue, how it's written.
Right.
Like they even mentioned this one scene
Yeah.
where Emma's like disarming a bomb,
Oh wow!
but she's having this totally casual conversation with her husband at the same time, and apparently it's supposed to be really funny.
So it's like that Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of
Yeah.
kid vibes. That's what they were saying.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can pull off that witty banter during all this crazy action. That's great. That's fun.
Definitely.
And I was thinking about that especially with the Emma Dave dynamic,
Right.
because he has no clue, right?
Yeah, he's totally oblivious.
Yeah, about her past.
Right.
And the review called their relationship relatable.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, how many of us are actually married to
Well, assassin.
right? Not many, I hope. But I think when they say relatable,
Yeah.
it's not always about like shared experience. It's more about those emotions, the things we all feel.
Okay.
Even if we can't relate to, the assassin thing. I mean, we've all felt the pressure of keeping secrets
Right.
or like trying to balance these different parts of our lives, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the review kind of hinted that role play is exploring that kind of stuff, but like in a real way.
Okay, so it's not just totally over the top. There's a little bit more realism there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of layers, I wanted to get to this part of the review.
Okay.
Where they were talking about how Emma's not just like fighting these random bad guys.
Yeah.
There's like this whole other thing going on.
Interesting.
She's battling her own past, right?
Okay.
She used to work for this organization called Sovereign, which sounds pretty shady.
Right.
And they're back.
Oh, so they're coming back into the picture.
Yeah. So what did you think about that part?
Well, I mean, that's where it sounds like the stakes get really high.
Yeah.
It's not just about like surviving whatever's happening in the moment.
Right.
It's about like Emma's past choices, like coming back to get her,
Right.
And I think a lot of people can relate to that idea of like trying to outrun who you used to be.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. And it seems like, based on the review,
Yeah.
that this Sovereign coming back
Right.
adds a lot of moral complexity, too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because she's got to protect her family.
Right.
But she's also dealing with all this stuff from her past.
Exactly. Yeah.
That she did, so.
It's like, what is she willing to do
Yeah.
to protect her family now,
Right.
given what she did before?
Exactly.
It sounds like a tough situation.
Yeah, it does sound tough. And you always love a good
Right. No.
movie that makes you think.
I do. That's what I'm here for.
Right. So this whole Sovereign thing
Uh-huh.
might really be
Yeah, that's interesting.
intriguing for you.
Yeah.
And they did mention, I know you like to kind of dive in
Oh, yeah.
to like fan discussions and stuff.
I love seeing what other people are thinking.
Yeah, so they mentioned that Movie Ticket app,
Okay.
and I bet there's a lot of people talking about this whole,
Right. About Sovereign and
past versus present and
mentally. Yeah.
all that stuff. So
That's a good idea. I should check that out.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so to kind of sum it all up,
Okay.
role play sounds like it definitely like delivers on the action and the humor,
Right.
but it also seems like it's got this
Yeah.
kind of deeper more
Well, it
relatable.
seems like there's more to it
Like
than just the action.
a core. It's
Yeah.
not just explosions and one-liners.
Whoa.
It sounds like it's about Emma's journey and her
Mhm.
struggles and
And the choices she makes.
what she's willing to sacrifice for her family and
Yeah.
all that. So,
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah. And it does kind of leave us with some things to think about.
It does, yeah. Like the review mentioned how Emma has to be both a mother and a deadly operative at the same time.
Right.
I mean, how do you think those two identities are going to clash?
Yeah. It's a good question.
And what kind of internal conflict will that create for her?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know. Those are the things I'm thinking about.
Those are great questions to think about
Yeah.
while you're watching the movie. So,
How will it?
yeah, it seems like based on all this,
Yeah.
role play could be a really good pick for you.
It does. I'm adding it to the list.
Okay, excellent. And let us know what you think after
yeah.
you watch it.
Sounds good.
Okay,
That's
awesome. Talk to you later.
See you later.